Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Creative Connect. This is episode 3. I'm Kopanelo Khati. Please do like, follow, and subscribe for more. Today, I am joined by an actor who has really stolen the hearts of many South African viewers, and we have all come to love him for different projects that we've seen him on. Please welcome today Bonko Khoza. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I was really
space.
excited about this because you've really transitioned and you've really captured the hearts of many South Africans.
Yeah.
And did you expect, or rather, when did you expect for this, all of this that's happened, all your success in your career?
Oh wow! I think one moves from like a state of like expectation. I think the expectations really come in the beginning, right? Like everyone. I want to also look. Let's differentiate a few things, right? Right. There's like an entitlement, and then there's an expectation. So I would say, like in the beginning of my career, I was like very entitled, because we never get told, right, that it's so hard. You think like you go to school, you study, like the typical formula or the traditional formula of success or whatever it may be. It's like go to school, study, get your degree or whatever, and then you get a job. Yeah. So I was entitled in the sense of like I did all of that, and then it didn't work out. Yeah. It was still like I was still hella unemployed.
Yeah.
For a very long time. So there's that layer, and then like I don't think one ever expects, you know, this industry has a way of taking that out of you, that energy, because you get rejected for so long, you wait for so long, you struggle for so long, that it becomes less about expectations but more about like I just hope and faith.
And was there a time where you just wanted to quit, and what kept you motivated to keep on going on?
Absolutely. I mean, I did. Like at that time, I think it was around about 2014, 15. You know, you're fresh out of school, you've done what people would say the groundwork, you know, you've just got an agent, and you're like, and I think that year I was like, no ways. I think it was 2014, 15. I was like, no ways. I quit. I actually quit. I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to put energy into something that doesn't give anything back to me. Yeah. And I was like, no, I'm done. But I think it was the beginning of my relationship with acting, because in a way I proved to it that like I don't expect, you know, like I was saying in the beginning, before it was a relationship of expecting, like, oh, because you're this thing, I need you to treat me a certain way. Yeah. Like I need you to give me jobs and money. Like you treated it like a thing where I expected things from it. And then after a while I was like, when I don't get anything from you, so I'm gonna go do something else. And yeah, that started a whole nother detour in my life where, you know, I wasn't acting like full time, you know, like I wasn't acting as like someone who just came out of school to be an actor, you know. I was like, yeah, I do. The acting's there, but like I'm trying to hustle and do my own thing.
And can you talk about what you were doing before your career really started to pick up?
So I was a voiceover artist. I used to be a macro announcer.
Yes. I remember.
10 years in the game, bro. I used to be a macro announcer, and that also, you know, that for me at a stage felt like, yo, I'm gonna do this thing for good.
Yeah.
Because I was earning good money. You know what I mean? I'm like, here's this thing, it pays me. I'm getting money. Yeah. I'm doing this job. But this thing I claim I love and my passion and everything for it doesn't give me jack all. So I was an announcer for a while. I worked an office job for a while in an agency called Clearwater, where I was like a junior promo director. So we used to do like, you know, ads. Yeah. TV show ads on the channel. So like an Isibaya ad on Mzansi is a promo. So it's not like a commercial, but it's like a promo. Yeah. So we used to do those promos. And yeah, that's when I was last working at at an agency when I would say people think the wife is my big break, but like when my big break came, and a big break for me is defined as like, can this next opportunity catapult you further into where you're going, which is like what I consider a big break, and that came way before the wife. The wife came when I was very comfortable in myself as an artist, and being a freelancer, a hustler. But before, we were still, working from like less of an understanding of what's required of me as a person, and my perception of the industry and the craft also has changed immensely. But yeah, I was just a normal guy, kind of working in an agency. I used to book like one commercial a year. I was still, my family would know that, like, oh, he acts, because there'd be an odd commercial here and there where Bonko shows up. But it was not enough to sustain me. Still needed like a normal job, which I still recommend to everybody. Like, take your time getting into this game, and
everyone has their own journey.
Yeah, man.
And
and
their own time.
Don't expect anything.
And this industry is filled with a lot of the good, but a lot of the bad. If you had the opportunity to take away the bad for your career or your own experiences in this industry, what would those be?
Sure. I think the lack of information and access to that information would be what I'd try to eradicate from the beginning process of it. But I say this because I think I have about like 10 years now, like working professionally, like on set, not like super like the way I'm working now, but like I had my first job was like 10 years ago, little commercial. So you learn these things as you go, but I mean, like, there's things in the beginning now that I know about people, the industry, that I wish I knew back then. And when I say people, I don't mean like there's certain people. I mean like the type of person that's in the industry right now, like, and the kind of things we say to each other. And it's like, look, we're all artists, and artists are like very creative people. So artists are free, and artists can always have these ideas, and if your heart is not like, if you're not strong in what your vision is and your belief, you'll get taken by other people's perception of you. And about what, other people's plans, and about, I can tell you, hey, I know Terry Pet, or I know someone at Netflix, and that'll excite you so much to be next to me, when it's like, hey, bro, people are creative. Let me say that. People are creative in how they create perceptions about themselves, about what they're doing. And when you're young, you fall for those things. You're like, oh, wow, this so-and-so person is like, whoa. When it's like, not really. That's just probably their way of navigating the industry, and or kind of having control over their perception about them. But it goes with everything. Time tells all. Time teaches you everything. But it's information, bro. I wish I knew a lot of things
that you know now.
That I know now. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to step away from the questions a bit. We're going to play a game.
Okay.
This or that.
Okay.
So I'm just going to give you options, and then you'll say which you prefer.
Okay.
R&B music or jazz music?
Jazz music.
A bad haircut or a bad hair dye? Like a dye job, a bad hair dye.
A bad hair dye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bad hair dye.
Bad hair dye.
Yeah.
Netflix or Showmax? To watch.
Netflix.
Why?
I'm a Eurocentric baby. I'm a McDonald's baby. I'm so used to like American stuff.
To win the lottery or to land your dream job?
To win the lottery or land my dream job. Isaac? Dang, bro. Because landing my dream job for me is like the lottery. It's this or that. I'll take the lottery.
The lottery. Yeah. Okay. Spotify or Apple Music?
Apple Music.
And then formal wear or casual?
Formal wear.
Every day?
Not every day, but I mean, I've come to like formal wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to talk about your process.
Okay.
As an actor. Starting off with skills, because you can have the talent, but every project you might have to learn a new skill. And what has been the most difficult or challenging skill you had to learn for a role?
For a role?
Any role or anything any job you've done in this industry.
Accents are pretty tough. Because you think that you have it, and then you watch yourself back. You're like, what?
No. Which was the most difficult for you to navigate?
I played a 13-year-old American boy in this in an animation feature film that's coming out really soon. That was tough.
Yeah,
because we'd have days. I'd record for days, and then I'd hear myself yesterday. I'm like, what is that? Like, are you guys sitting? You listening to this?
Yeah.
You happy with this? Because also in my head, I think I tweak as I go. You know. So by the end, it's gonna be much better than the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, American accent, that was tough. The film's called Headspace. It's coming out really soon. That was tough. What else? And I think I had to do an American accent with Benedict Cumberbatch on the Mauritanian. And that was a test of he's also a foreigner, you understand?
Yeah.
Oh, he's British. So we both putting on an accent.
Yeah.
So that was for me like, hey,
okay,
come right.
Was it, okay, I need to do this to prove it to myself, or because you were starring alongside him?
A bit of both. So I think having someone of such a high standard and quality to work pushes you, helps you kind of be your best as well. But my whole thing was like, he's not American either. So I can't come, I don't have an excuse. Yeah. If he was American, I could say, you're American, man. But he's also putting it on. So I was like, come. I also have to, Yeah.
Now you touched on accents, and I want to ask, what is your process? Because you said you're a voiceover actor. When you have to do different accents or dialects or different languages for your voiceover work, what's your process, start to finish?
Look, my process is always character, man. We grew up putting on sling selabantu, like you do what they're doing. Yeah.
Imitation.
You imitate.
Or impersonation.
Impersonate it doesn't intimidate.
Okay.
Doesn't intimidate. Imitate.
Yes.
You imitate or impersonate someone. So it's like, hey, look, Kokolana, then Yeah. So that's also to a big degree, to a large degree, that's how I also understand what I'm doing in this craft. There's a person I'm trying to impersonate.
Yeah.
Look, we can get into a long conversation now about what impersonating is and imitating is and the art of acting.
Yeah.
But to an extent, I just try to be like the person that I'm imagining. Acting now comes in, sometimes I get a brief and I have to imagine my own guy, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, when it comes to accents and things like that, I just try find a specific person I'm trying to sound like. If it's like people tell me like my American accent sounds like a white guy.
Yeah.
That's because I watch a lot of white people, and the accent that I'm kind of mimicking or impersonating is a white person.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's the African accent. Yeah. It's a bit of that guy from Black Diamond. From Blood Diamond, not Black Diamond. It's that homie from Blood Diamond, and of course, like the American accent from like TV, the Kardashians or whatever reality TV you're watching.
It's actually so weird that you say Kardashian. Last week we were shooting with Lissetti, and she was saying it's her favorite accent to do, and we were like literally doing it.
Like the whole interview, you just got an accent going on.
Okay.
So it depends. For me, it's about who I'm trying to impersonate. I've been like, I take classes, like I have like I bought a Udemy accent class, and this nigga's really trying to break it down. I'm just like, bro, it's better if I listen to a guy.
Yeah.
I can mimic him as he's doing it.
Yeah.
you know, but like I'm learning the principles of like the placement. And yeah, it's difficult.
And I'm just curious. The one for the Woman King, was that easy or difficult to
That was
get?
easy.
Yeah.
That was easy. That was my stock standard African. I think the guy even spoke like this. Yeah. So you have a not Marawi, but like I think it's west or east, where it's very, very, the R and the L is very similar.
Yeah.
And then you have like the western
Yes.
accent.
Yes.
You know. So I just you get a brief, you see, okay, Woman King was Nigeria, the old Nigeria. It was called Yoruba. So Yoruba accents. Then you just listen to the people that are talking.
Yes.
Maybe you watch a couple of YouTube videos, and you're like, oh, okay, mimic. That's how I do it. I mimic, and then I just pull my script quickly and talk the line while I'm, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, when you get a script, and then you read it, and you're like, this is not well written. Do you feel like that's more work for you as an actor to do because the scene is just not?
So at what point is that? Is that like at an audition?
No, this is you're on the show or the film or yeah.
Oh man, I do my best to interrogate the work to make it work, especially once because if I'm on set, it means I've been paid. They've hired me.
Yeah.
And I'm a filmmaker, actor. I'm an artist.
Yeah.
But my art is to act. So I'm not going to. It's hard for me to sit back and know something and not do anything about it. You know, Bible says, if you know what to do and you don't do it, that's a sin. So it's hard to look at something and go, there's something wrong with this.
Yeah.
And then just carry on. It feels like I'm sabotaging you or someone else where I know that I could help. There's that. Then there's also, I understand the thing of getting into a process where you get too critical about the work and you're not immersed enough. So it's also a balance of that. But when I see something, I try and engage the director, the writer. Yeah, I don't think it's for everyone.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but it just works for you.
Yeah. And I wouldn't recommend. I say it's for me because I have this crazy understanding about characters and people. You know, like I think based on my work and my catalog, you can trust me if I say like, yo, I think. But then there's some people who will try to do that just for that. Yeah. You know, or just try be that person on set. Like, sometimes some things don't need changing. Sometimes there's things you need to see first and go, oh, that's what you know. Like something just happened recently. I went to an audition and then there were homies who were like trying to understand the script. I'm just like, just say it. Don't think about it. If you just like hear it back, you'll kind of get an idea. But there's also that person who, there's two people, right? There's someone who reads a script and gets immersed in it, and there's someone who's looking for things.
Does that speak to them trying to see, okay, these are the different choices I can have?
That could be. There's also an idea of trying to get it right or wrong, right? So you're looking at the script like an equation to figure out, whereas it's an experience to be had.
Yeah.
You know. So there's no right way. Even if it says cough there.
Yeah.
Because that's for that person sitting wherever they're sitting in their apartment, you know, over a glass of wine, writing this thing, you know. Whereas she's writing a scene set in a tavern or whatever. It's a whole different experience. Yeah. And I think really good directors are able to let that go. Yeah. And to like kind of say, okay, we're moving from paper world into the real world. Yeah. Which can have a lot of implications. You know, same thing with the wife. Like, I mean, that was the appeal, was that we left from paper world into real world. And it's like, people get chuffed. Like, shit, it's actually alive. Yeah. So in that whole process, you're going to have to let go of like, because when you try to do paper stuff in real world, it won't feel right.
Yeah.
They tell you to cough at a specific point or stand up at a specific point or say these words exactly like
Like
this.
that. It won't feel authentic?
It won't feel authentic. It won't feel authentic. But then there's writers for actors.
Yeah.
You know, there's specific writers that I love their work. There's writers where I'm like, yes, we'd never. And it's tricky.
Yeah.
You know, we have to work hard every day. And there's some directors who like love it when you chuck the script away, and there's some directors who like. So you got to be able to do both. Is what I'm saying.
So do you leave room to improvise, but also having endless possibilities?
Absolutely, I love that, dude. Yeah. There's always that one take I can do whatever I want, but I'm ready to give them what they need.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a negotiation, bro. It's like sometimes sometimes I can read what I'm reading. And if the director's very adamant on having it that way, while I ask is like, can I try one of my own?
Yeah.
You know, can I just try another one? Maybe I'll give you what you need because I'm paid to do that.
And is that influenced by the relationship that you establish with the director?
Absolutely. But also, it's about what you're bringing.
Yeah.
One thing you have to be is confident, bro. You know what I mean? I'm confident in what I do because God put me here to do it. You know, I didn't try be here by any means. You know, I have this gift that people like the ideas that are in my head, and when I put them out, people react a certain way, and I think I should be confident about that. You know, I shouldn't really hide it. So when I'm on a set, I realize what I'm offering here. I'm offering Bonko, you know, and Bonko could be more than the actor or the performance. You know, Bonko's a human being with ideas, with thoughts. I'm present. If I have, you know, an idea about, you know, Isaac, you know, let's do it. We're making art. That's what I feel like. That's when I enter a process, I really want to do that and bring that. So, yeah. You negotiate with the director, but you're also negotiating for your worth, your quality, what you're bringing. You know, I think I like to believe people like to have me on a set more than my acting. You know, because I've understood like a set is it's a relationship we have for that day. You know, we're making this art that we all don't know what the hell it's gonna look like. So for me, I'm more in tune with that, you know, knowing that we have to be co-creators in this thing, as opposed to me coming in, tell me where to sit, where do I go, what are my lines? It's like, get involved.
And after that process, after shooting whatever you shoot, when you watch yourself, do you just enjoy, or do you like, I could have done this better, or not?
It depends, bro. It depends on the comfort, on what we were doing. Like sometimes I'll do a role like somewhere in Collision, right? Collision was like one scene, so I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew what I wanted to do. That was enjoying, you know. I wasn't really criticizing. Watching The Wife though, every Thursday, me and my wife would be like sitting there like, you know, like, yes, you better get that moment right, you know, because we were so involved in that performance. Like, he should blink at the exact right time. And so it depends.
Method acting, you chose that for The Wife. Now, in this day and age, we always see this actor went too far with method acting. It's become so criticized. What was it about that character and the process that was like, you know what, despite all of that, I'm going to still do this?
Look, so I don't think method acting is a choice. I think it's drawn upon by necessity. You know, there's no actor that I believe there's no actor who's like a successful method actor. You know, like you're gonna lose something all the time. But it's not like it's not a side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like are there traditionalists and there's method. No, I think it's a process that you need when you need it. Mkhele and myself were worlds apart, so I could not to shoot at a specific time. I could not gather everything I needed to gather to shoot for the length we were going to shoot for.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it was more called upon. It was more necessary than like a choice, because I think I got the role. Let's say July.
Mm-hmm.
The audition around about July. We got confirmed like mid-July. Then we're starting to shoot like second week of August. So it's like a month.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, also, dude, I had read the book before.
Yes, you did.
So it's not method in the sense of like the degree of method, let's say a Daniel Day-Lewis would go into, right? I knew exactly the elements that I'd need to invest in, you know, which would be obviously the taxi rank, town, Jersey. These guys didn't grow up in KZN, so I don't need to do that. Otherwise, maybe I would do a weekend, because it's the stakes. I had to get 60 episodes worth of work squashed into a month, because I knew once we start shooting, there's not going to be time to
revisit the process.
Yeah, or still to be in that process, because shooting is a different process.
Yeah.
So either you're preparing or you're working.
Yeah.
You can't work and prepare at the same time. So I knew that there'd be no time to prepare, because you're shooting 21 days a month, just every single day for 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Get picked up at 4, dropped off at 8 every day.
Every day.
So and also the stakes of this world existing before this particular format was a big pressure, to know that there's fans of this thing. So I have to, and that's crazy. That's what really bound me.
Was that added pressure on top of the work that you needed to do?
I think that was the real pressure. I think that was the essential pressure, was making sure that people who know this guy already identify with him.
And do you feel like you did a good job?
I mean, I did what I could. Yeah.
But the results also speak for themselves.
Yeah. Look, I'm so subjective to the result. All I know is other people's opinion, and I'm grateful. And I've got a little Safta at home that lets me know. I'm grateful, but I wouldn't stop.
But that's not the actor's responsibility. What people think, right? You just have to play it as honestly as possible.
Absolutely, Doug. You know, I was just gone, Doug. I was just gone.
Now, you said something. Everyone loses something. Are you talking about how you lose yourself in the character, or something else?
Yeah, I mean,
and what aspects of yourself did you lose to the character for a while?
I think I lost the old Bonko. You know, I lost a type of person that I thought I was. You know, because a lot of the things that happened, I didn't know I was capable of as well. You know, I mean, especially with the Zulu thing, it was like, yeah, it was a really well executed accent.
Yes.
You know, that convinced even Zulu speaking people. So then the perception of me not being able to speak Zulu that well changed. I had to
went away completely.
Yeah, so I had to die to that person, where I can't associate to someone who doesn't speak Zulu. Like I used to understand myself as a coconut, like a Joburg, that I can't now.
Yeah.
You know, I've lost that part of myself, because there's people who don't believe that when they see me.
And you don't think you'll ever find that Bonko?
I don't think it's necessary. I think it's about moving forward, creating new dimensions to myself. You know, Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your masterclass, which I frequent a lot, and the part that I remember is you said that actors need to first live life
Yeah.
in order to tap into the character. How much of your own life experiences do you bring to the character?
Yo, I try find at least one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one makes me feel like God's involved in the process. It's one little association.
Yeah.
You know, with Mkhele, we both got married around about the same time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I knew this feeling of pursuing a woman, and Mkhele is worse. Like me and Lesego met, it's crazy. Like the stories is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like the whole breathe thing, Ntombazane Pri, whatever. That was my life. So I was like, okay, cool. I can, because that's my key, right?
Yeah.
That's like the shoe fitting for the role. Like, okay, Kopano couldn't take this role, or because you also feel bad when you see, all your homies that didn't get the role.
Yeah.
So then you don't feel bad when you're like, nah, bruh, this one is meant for me. It's therapy for me because. This is more deep. It's even things I can't even tell you about. Boy, next time, I want to So even the same, even Nkosi was like about to get married, but then the fiance dies. But just that thing of like excited to get married, and that brave one's money paid my lobola.
And we keep on looking to the side because Miss Ma'am is here. Back to our game quickly. Reality TV or documentaries?
Okay. Documentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is to perform in film or television or theatre?
Film.
Why?
It's just my thing. Yeah. It's more time spent.
Scorsese or Tarantino?
Oh, that's hectic. Scorsese.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
What?
Come on.
You don't like Harry Potter?
No.
At all?
At all. At all. At all. Not at all, but I've got nothing against him. It's just I don't like him. Well, I don't like it.
Okay. Drama or comedy?
Yo. For myself, comedy. For my work, drama. It's crazy. And it's hard to be, like, I love comedy. I wish I could play more comedy. And I'm funny. Right?
Are you asking? I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, gotta do drama for work. I thrive in drama. But
now, you saying you're funny, is it what you believe or what other people have said to you?
I know.
Both?
Yeah, both. People laugh around me. Right, Isaac? See?
Isaac is laughing.
You did it right there.
Book smart or street smarts?
Street smart.
Saving 100 strangers or one loved one?
Yo, one loved one.
Love or loyalty?
Dang, for me that's the same thing. But loyalty.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
A 10-minute conversation with your idol or an hour conversation with your biggest fan?
Yo, where'd you get these questions from?
Yeah.
I would take you slack, bro. I'll take the hour with the fan.
Okay, who's your idol?
I have a few. Daniel Kaluuya, Mahershala Ali. Yeah, those guys are my idols. But I'm also like, yeah, dog. I don't know, like, yeah. I'll rather inspire someone else, because most of the time, you meet your idols and they're just like you.
Have you ever met someone that you used to idolize, and when you met them, they were just the most horrible person ever? And how did you deal with that? Did that take away from you appreciating their work, or you just separated the two?
It has. It made me just be more aware of life. Like, hey, careful. That's why I'm like, I'd rather go to my fan
Than your idol.
and make it, because
You could be that idol.
because me and the idol are just separated by perception, you know. But someone who's not in the industry, I'd love to spend time with them because I think a lot of times people mystify us, bro. You know, they like they think we're like rich and you know, and all these things and like above normal
People.
It's like, nah, dog. You know what I mean?
We're everyday people as well.
Everyday people. You know, I remember the one time I ate that lady's food and I was like, people try to justify, you know, they were hating on me and I was like, in my head, bro, you know, if I was somewhere and Daniel Kaluuya came to my table and said, bruv, can I have some of your food? What are you eating? I'd be like, bruv, please sit down.
Yes.
You know, you're more than welcome. I'll order you a drink, my man. You know what I mean? So, but because they put celebrities on this thing where it's like, celebrities should know more. They should do better. They should think, you know, they should be more sensitive. And it's like, yo, I'm only a celebrity to you, bro. You know, when you're not around, I'm not a celebrity.
Would you say you're a celebrity or just well known for your work?
Yeah, dude. I think I just did one job really well. I still have a lot to prove to a lot of people about what I'm doing, what I'm capable of. But yeah, I don't know what that means, the celebrity thing. I think a lot of people watch the show that I was on.
Yeah.
A lot of people know my name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to ask, after the work that you did last year, one, at least for South Africans, was seeing you on The Woman King.
Yeah.
How did that come about? How did you enjoy the process? And when did you realize like the caliber of the film that you were on? Was it before, during, or only after?
Sure. Way before, dude. We waited for Women King for years, 2 years. I think it was a year and a half, maybe, where we heard that it was coming, and yeah, there was a big wave in the agencies about dark skin niggas like me about to pop off.
Yeah,
you know, so. And everyone's like, think Wakanda, but not think, you know. So then I got the wife, and then I was like, yo, is that thing still going to happen? You know, because now I'm here 9 to 5. And by the grace of God, it did happen. Gina was so sweet. I didn't even get a call back. She was just like, come, baba. Let's do that thing. And we all knew, dude. We all knew that Viola Davis is coming with a project. Firstly, it was like, there's a big project coming for dark-skinned people.
Yes.
Bonko, first, every casting agent, like whenever I didn't get a job or when I left an audition room, they're like, don't worry, there's another one, a big one coming. Just get in shape, do this and this and this. And then the wife was the only thing that felt like, hey, I might not do this thing or it might not happen. So when the audition did come through Krista sent it to me. We did it, and I was still shooting. I was like, yo, just tell those people I'm also shooting. Yeah. Krista's like, nah, bro, we done with you. They're gonna just send you your stuff. Yeah. But we're done with you. And then I knew, dog, from the beginning. From there, I knew my scenes were gonna be with Viola, John, everybody. That's from the audition. Krista's very polite and tells you who the other character is, if they've been penciled, you know. Even with the Mauritanians, she was like, this is that nigga, so even from a distance, just come right. Yes. You know. And we knew. I was, in fact, my audition was that whole piece of dialogue in the scene.
Yes.
And then, because Oba was supposed to be somewhere else and he sends me. But then, a lot of things, that's something, you can't expect anything in this industry, right? Because I came in there, I'm like, I'm gonna have a scene with Viola. No,
No.
like,
But you were on there and we were able to recognize.
no, sure, dude, sure. And I'm just like, can you imagine the impact of that little that I had in there? Where if I had gotten the amount that was promised or I expected, it would have been a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Would have been nice, bro. Would have been nice. But yeah, man, young one line.
Yeah.
It was cool, man. And I walked up to her afterwards. In fact, we all blocked it. She was a very sweet lady. Everyone's cool. John is cool. Tuso's great. I mean, very sweet. But yeah, I think when we get to the work, to the set, everything is equalized, bro. You know.
And moments like that, being on productions that huge, are those when you're like, yeah, I'm really meant for this. It's like reaffirming everything. For
Absolutely. And you have to have those moments, bro.
Yeah.
You have to have those moments where you validate where you are, the hard work that you are. I like to say the hard work I'm capable of, not the hard work that I do. Because I'm always like, I always think whatever I'm doing, I could always do it better if I tried.
Yeah.
So I know the hard work I'm capable of doing. And yeah, man, just wrapped the project now, like with really huge project. It's like standing on set with the scenic, you know, the environment, the people. I'm just like, yay. You're really about it, bro. Like, I can't let that moment pass and still, you know, be two ways about it, or still have an imposter syndrome about it. But it's like yeah, you okay.
Yeah.
You're good, bro. You know?
This is for South Africa and international. So basically 4 people. But an actor and an actress that you have not worked with yet that you would really, really love to work with.
Locally.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start locally. Actor. Actor is Zolisa.
Xaluva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and I, like, we're just boys, and we're like, we never worked together before. Him, I'd love to work with Bongigile as well. Yeah. Who else? Yeah. Females. Dang, bro. I've been high up on my female list, like all the ladies. You know, I've worked with Lerato, I've worked with Masasa, I've worked with who worked with Takhoroche.
If I embarrass myself, it's okay. What did you do with Masasa?
Something coming.
It's coming.
Yeah, something
Okay,
coming.
cool. Okay. No, because that's what I want to see.
I've worked with who else? I'd love to work with Deli Malinga. She plays Mamzobe on Mkoka. You know, we once had an emotional moment where like, you're like, I love you. I'm like, I love you. But like, I want to work with you. So I'd really want to honor that moment and one day get to work with her locally. Lunati, I think yes, I'd love to go toe to toe with her one day. Yeah. Yeah, she just lights the frame up every time she's on it.
Yes.
And Cindy Latu as well.
Yeah.
And I'd love to play. I used to think her son, but after playing Mkhele, like, I want to play her nemesis. I want to be like,
okay.
I mean, this is according to this character on the river.
Yeah.
You know, she's like a badass on there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I want to be the son one day. Then Uban Lozolani, Lawrence, he did a good job as like that. So like, nah, that's a good example of a son. Want to play the nemesis because she beats everyone.
Yes, she does.
She beats everyone. Everyone's so afraid of her. I was like, what if Mkhele can be in that world? Or Mkhele type who, like, doesn't give a fuck. Could be nice. Yeah, that's locally. I mean, sorry if I don't mention any other names. There's a lot.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot of people I'd love to work with.
Yeah.
Internationally, first up, man, Mahershala. Love to play his son. You know, play Mahershala's son. Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel's a bit too high grade for me, maybe. Those people that live the craft.
Would you want to play his son or not?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Or just someone who has a close relationship to him?
You know, the thing is, I've been learning now, like whenever I get on set with these stars, I mean, it's like to like recalibrate yourself. I think Denzel's probably the one guy that'll still fuck me up. Yeah. Like I can't, probably won't be normal.
After?
Yeah.
In the same
in the same space,
yeah.
you know. I mean, the day with Benedict, it took me like an hour or two. I was still kind of starstruck.
Yeah.
Till eventually it was like, hey, time for close-ups, and it's like, hey, I can't fuck this up. You know.
Yeah.
But eventually, like, we could, because he's such a cool guy, and he like, hey, that one was cool, you know. Oh, the nice one, you know. We started engaging. In the beginning, it was like,
yeah.
Then after a while, we started talking. Started saying, "Hey, nice take. Well done." Da, da, da. We started talking, and eventually, by the end of the day, we were like friends. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we have to be civil with each other.
Yeah.
But then I think I wouldn't. Every time I'd just be like, "Sir."
It would be difficult to process that.
Sir.
Distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Sir. Okay, and female overseas. I don't know, Lupita, maybe a Lupita.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I probably want to work with an actress like a Scarlett Johansson or, yeah, maybe Scarlett, but like Issa Rae, that just popped up to my head. Like I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Viola was really top of my list. That's why I was also like, yo, she was great.
You know who I would like to see you with?
Yeah.
Angela Bassett.
I had Angela Bassett in my head now, but I'm like, doing what though? Yeah. I'd love to work with Angela Bassett or a Nia Long. Like, play son of a Nia Long, son of Angela Bassett, you know. Yeah, man, like the world needs to catch up. My brain's got all the ideas, bro.
Last question. If you could travel back in time and go to that little Bonko who played Captain Hook, what's the one thing that you'd thank him for related to this industry, and what's the one thing that you would warn him of this industry?
This industry?
The craft of acting.
I would thank him for... So the funny story about the Captain Hook thing was that I was supposed to be Peter Pan. And Peter Pan got given to another kid. A kid who looks more like Peter Pan. And for me, I was like, but he's not the best Peter Pan.
Yeah.
He does not have... He ain't even got it, bro. You know?
He just looked.
He just literally looks like Peter Pan. But this is no one who's expressed like, you know, a love for arts and like when Bonko's known as like that guy. Yeah. So I would say well done on taking the role still and not letting that. I think we were also young, and these themes, they catch us off guard as kids. You don't really know what it is. But you can tell, Gucci, cut that off. Yeah, well, cut that off. So I'd say, bro, well done for not letting that get to you.
Yeah.
And taking the role that was given to you. And I would warn him about believing that other people will do things for you. Or other people will be responsible for your progression. Yeah. I think and that goes to anybody. There is nobody that wakes up in the morning and wants to help you.
I'm sorry, and I'm just curious, when did you realize that?
I realized that like last year. I had a big fallout with a friend who, you know, that was kind of the thing for me. I was like, nah, dog, there's nobody.
You have to do it for yourself.
I have to, because that person who made all these promises is like staying behind. You're moving way further by the grace of God and whatever promises. Then you're like, yo, imagine if I had to listen to you since. Maybe I'm the next. So don't listen to anybody who tells you, yo, compano. Nah, everyone sees their interests in other people first. So if I'm trying to help you, know that I've got an interest in it, which is fair.
Yeah.
And I also came to a realization that like, I don't mind being not used, but I don't mind playing the game if I also have interests in it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, hey, bro, you can, we have me on your podcast. I'm happy to be on your podcast. You know what it's going to do for you and your thing. I know what it's going to do for me. That's an agreement.
Yeah.
You know, no one feels away.
Yeah.
No one, we manage expectations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bro. Like, I would just tell that boy to, like, bro, when you grow up, a lot of them are going to come to you and say they see so much in you, promise you all these things.
The moon and the stars.
Just
don't believe it.
Don't believe it. You're going to be fine. Yeah. And yeah, that's the thing. You're going to be fine. It's crazy, right? Like, I dreamt of this. You know, I used to be in the bathtub and pretend I'm talking to Oprah.
I do that too.
Bro, look at us. Look at us.
I do that too.
You're living it, dude. We're living it. Me and you right now. This is a dreams come true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna be fine. Dude.
I have been interviewed by everyone so many times.
Yeah.
And you practice like your Oscar acceptance speech.
Exactly, my bro.
I do that, and I like live in my own reality TV show. Yeah.
I used to walk like when I get off on the taxi, like walking home. Yo, it's me and Oprah, or it's whenever you're making a sandwich, you know, it's just like, thank you.
What would that be like?
You know. So that reassures me that we'll be fine, dude. We'll be fine. And back then, you weren't thinking that, hey, it's that Netflix job. Yes. No, you're just like, I'll be there. One day I'm gonna be next to Oprah, and you know, and even this, dude, like this is still part of. Doesn't mean that ends here, you know.
Yeah.
Bonko's the beginning. You know, next thing you're interviewing. You got your own TV show.
That is one of the goals. Yes.
There you go, dude. And I'll be there.
Thank you so much. This is gonna come out in July. What can you say? Your new work coming out. You've mentioned a few. Just a timeline, if you can.
July.
So this episode's going to be out in July.
Right. Yeah. So no, nothing before then. There's something coming out in October. I'm just going to be PC about it. Just save up, subscribe.
Be ready. Yes. It's going to be lit.
Yeah. And there's this is July. Okay. So I have a Disney show that just came out, but in Disney US. It should be dropping in Disney Plus Africa soon. Probably it would have dropped by now in July. Okay. Not sure. Okay. But if you're in the US, check out Kia and the Kimoja Heroes.
Watch it.
Disney
Enjoy
Plus.
It.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is really, really cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you listen to this as a podcast, please do come back on YouTube. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share if you care, and come back for more. Please remember to use the hashtag #YouAreConnected. Bye-bye.
Yo, this is Bonko Khoza. I just had my interview with Kopano, and if you like this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah. Peace.